Well, we're here in Ho Chi Minh City, the apartment where we've done all of our incredible paper edits. Leo, thank you for chatting. First of all, just give a little bit of an introduction so the audience know who you are and where you're from, because we've got a big international troupe of filmmakers here.
Yeah, we do. So my name is Leonardo Castillo, and I am from the United States, Houston, Texas, to be specific. And I am the cinematographer for our documentary, which we are covering a shelter, Little Rose Warm Shelter. Amazing,
amazing. First of all, what inspired you to travel all the way from Houston, Texas, god damn it, to come all the way to Vietnam? Is this a country that you're visiting for the first time? And the documentary program itself, what inspired you to get involved in this?
Yeah, so I have never been to Vietnam, so it was pretty big leap. I actually just wanted kind of a cultural shock, and I think I have received that here, being here for 30 plus days.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I just, the past 3 years, I have really enjoyed documentary filmmaking. So I heard about Actuality abroad about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago now, which was the first expedition that I took with them, and loved every minute of it. So I wanted to do it one more time. This time a lot longer, because the first one was about 9 days. So this 30+ day one is, I think, a lot more exciting, a lot more hard work, a lot more collaborating. So I really wanted to take on that challenge.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. And so, working with your group, how have you found sort of the challenge, the opportunity? Obviously 1 month, it is longer than the previous program that you did, but still a very short period of time to get to know everyone, get to know your subjects, and then make a film and screen it. How have you found the time frame and being able to work with a really diverse team and yeah, sort of the challenges and obviously the rewards of that?
Yeah, I think the fun thing and the exciting thing and also the hard thing about filmmaking is that I think no matter how much time you have, you still always want a little more time. So I think being able to have a team to kind of lead you the right way, and also kind of constrain you in that time frame that it's needed to be done, I think really helped. And some of the challenges that we kind of faced, apart from time, was just trying to figure out how we all like to work, how we are our best when we're on set. So just kind of learning that. But I think that was really just resolved over just communication. Everything. I feel like most things can get resolved with communication. So I think having that ability to be able to talk to someone and not only talk to your group as a whole, but be able to like step aside and talk to them individually, I think helps the whole team. So I think that really helped.
I love that. And you know, obviously it's unique doing this kind of documentary storytelling in a country like Vietnam. And you've been doing documentary for a while now. This is your thing. Has this experience made you even more passionate and excited to do more documentaries after this and in different countries and environments?
100%. 100%. Yeah, I think the challenge of going to a country where you don't speak the language, I thought was just so much fun. I mean, filmmaking and documentary storytelling is already difficult, and it can be difficult. And I think adding on that extra challenge makes it a lot more fun. And just being able to capture how people live their lives here and learn from that, so that I can bring all of those important values that these people have here back to my hometown, and just kind of sharing that with my family, because my family, they're not travelers, so I feel like I might be the only way in for them to see the world. So I really like doing as much as I can here, living life here as much as local as I can, and then just taking it all back and sharing it with my family and friends.
God, I love that. I love that. And obviously, you know, Texas, as we've spoken about off screen as well, is becoming a big filmmaking location in the United States. Do you think that something like this documentary outreach program can be adapted to a community or like a place like Texas? Texas is huge, obviously, but do you think there's also levels of distribution and screening a unique story like this from Vietnam that would have a potential reception in the United States and specifically Texas?
Yeah, I'm actually really glad you asked that because I'm still in connection with a lot of my professors back at home. So they are already calling me up saying, hey, can we have you come and talk to the class, or can we have you maybe screen this at the school? But yeah, I definitely think it's in demand. People love seeing documentaries from all around the world, so I don't think that would be a problem at all. I think it'll be pretty easy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And what is it about this specific genre of documentary? I mean, there's so many different documentaries out there. I mean, I feel like true crimes is one of the more popular ones. This was obviously not that, but what is it about social impact documentaries or telling stories about local change makers, particularly based on your experience here? What has that kind of done to the way that you see the world and see positive change, and potentially working within this genre of documentary? Is this a genre that has really inspired you, or at least given you some more hunger to do more of this kind of work?
100%. I guess just to take it back a step, I really didn't grow up with like a good education. So later on in life, I decided to go back to school and realized once I got into filmmaking how impactful it is just to show someone someone something appealing on the screen, and how much you can learn from that, and how much you can spark interest from someone all the way across the world. So I think holding that in the back of my mind constantly when I'm making documentaries, I think is what keeps me going, because I understand how important it is for people who can't ever travel here. So being able to bring or create something where you can show that, I think really touches people in a really nice way. So to make change and maybe go out and do something like that themselves.
Oh, that's amazing, Leo. That's such a beautiful answer. And it's so true. Like, everyone that is on this outreach, as has been the case with so many other countless outreaches from Actuality, they're all here for the right reason, which is what I love. And that educational component, it just goes to show that you can almost educate yourself while you're here on the ground, and you're constantly learning. And obviously Saigon's such a big, heavy-paced city. Sometimes it might go unnoticed that there is so much social change actually happening under the surface too, which I love. Any particular highlights on this trip? Maybe not even just from like a filmmaking standpoint, but just in general, like certain moments, takeaways that you'll cherish from this kind of experience?
Let's see. So I'm a big coffee person. So just being able to go, 200 feet to a new coffee shop is really, really nice. But I just think I love how many people from all around the world that we have here, working on 3 different projects. I think seeing all of us come together, and just bringing our different life experiences to make something that we all agree on and enjoy and want to screen and show the world. I think that has probably been the most satisfying part. I
love that. I love that. Well, it's been such a joy getting to work with you, on a personal level. I'm just at awe just of how you go about it, and the positivity and the smiles that you bring. I know we've got some great footage there somewhere of you playing some of that, like that kickball thing with the children at the shelter.
That's actually one of the coolest things ever.
One of the cool things, right?
That was so awesome. Yeah, I'm sure Michael will insert that.
I'll insert clip here.
Yeah, it was such a cool thing just to be able to play with the kids like that. It was so cool. Because they're so good.
They are. They're crazy talented, and you see it all around the streets here. You see it up north in Hanoi as well, which is super, super awesome. But Leo, thank you for being such an integral part of this program.
Of course.
I have no doubt we'll continue to stay in touch and potentially work on some projects in the future as well.
I totally agree. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Leo. We're back here, Ho Chi Minh City. I've got the amazing editor here of the Happy documentary, Aanya. It's Firstly, incredible to talk to you given the fact that it is editing week and obviously you've been slaving away at the laptop, making sure that the film is ready for screening. First of all, just give us a little bit of an introduction about yourself and how you made it here to Vietnam.
Okay, so my name's Anya. I'm from India.
Cool.
I've been living in Sydney for the last couple of years now. And I honestly have never worked on a film or a documentary before, but I've always wanted to make a documentary, and I love the fact I love storytelling. I feel like it's so amazing to tell real life stories, and especially when you're in a new country, you get to meet so many people, and I just love the interactions that we have, even on film or even if you're just meeting any local person, you know. So and I got to know about Actuality abroad on Instagram or something. It came up, and I was like, dude, this is so cool. And I looked at the comment section of that post, and I found a couple of people who were tagged and they commented. So I reached out to them and I was like, dude, how was the program and everything? And they really praised about it. So I was like, okay, I think I should do it.
Wow! So you saw the ad and then you actually got in touch with people that had done the program.
I actually texted a couple of people.
That is an incredible initiative. Wow! Wow! And so, to you, is this such a unique concept to be able to go to a foreign country and tell documentary stories about people doing good in the community? Was that kind of a thing that really drew you to the program, or were you just kind of curious, Vietnam's kind of cool, I'd love to go there? How did it all what grabbed you the most? So
I was actually studying this course about social change at uni, and my tutor, I was talking to him about it, and he was the one who told me that he knew about the program too. So I feel like I really do believe in social change, especially when it comes to society and little things, and I really I'm all for that. So what happened was I okay, sorry.
I love this. This is great.
So I was talking to him, and I was talking to him about it, and then he was like, yeah, he really encouraged me, and I was like, okay, let's do this.
Wow. And so this class was not necessarily telling stories, just more about social change.
It was promotion for social change. So it was all about social media. It was all about how you can promote social change and studying about different organizations within Australia.
Wow, I love that. And to connect this to your specific role as an editor, how have you kind of found sort of seeing the world in that kind of perspective, right, through social change and people doing good? Your story's Happy Tours, about a guy who runs some incredible, authentic Saigonese tours, and one of the funnest people I've ever met as far as someone talking to camera, aside from you, of course. How have you kind of found the task of editing, and specifically what kind of stuff have you drawn from that class, or potentially your own lived experiences to be able to, I guess, edit and tell this story?
Okay, so originally I wanted to produce. Yeah, I did. I wasn't sure if I could. I never edited a 10-minute documentary or a short film before. I've done a couple minutes or short clips. I've never really edited an entire story. So when Robin sent me the email that I'm going to be the editor, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. But and I've used DaVinci before. I haven't used Premiere Pro.
Wow.
So I downloaded it. I just tried to figure out the software. I still don't know at times what I'm doing. I take the long road, but it's all coming together, and I'm glad that I'm being able to do it. But honestly, so you know that we were supposed to work with Assist. So I was pretty I really wanted to work with them, but I was really sad about the fact that that did not go our way.
Yeah.
But I think we found something that's pretty cool. Happy is a great guy, amazing guy, and he adds a lot to the documentary, the entire, I feel like he's very, I don't know, it's something about him. His energy is just insane. Like I haven't met a lot of people like that. And it's really fun to edit that too. Like, you know, there are like these little sound bites you get to hear, and I just can't stop laughing. Like, it's amazing. Yeah.
And the fact that you've even recruited me for this film as well to be a tourist, which who would have thought? Spoiler alert. Me being a tourist? Come on. So I had to really ham up being like really, you know, innocuous, like, oh, well, what's that? Ooh.
Well, after Happy, you're the main character.
Pretty much. I mean, after I watched that assembly, I was like, wow, is this about me?
No, I'm just sad that we had to take out the part of you and Max, but...
Oh, there was some good moments, but you'll have to send me my own cut of the film, just all the highlights.
Editor's cut.
Exactly. The Vietnam tourism. If you're listening, watch this cut because you got some good stuff in there. It's gonna be fire. Oh no, it's been an amazing experience for you. Like, what are some of the highlights, the key takeaways for you? Not some might be about the actual filming of this movie, but also just in general for you, like being able to just grow as a person by being in this country and just by being on this experience. What are some of the key takeaways for you, Anya?
Honestly, before coming, I was a little nervous about the fact that, you're going to go and you don't know anyone and it's a totally new country. But I feel like I settled in pretty quick. Everybody was amazing. The group was amazing. It's so nice to meet people from all around the world. And I feel like coming together, everybody puts in their perspectives, and it's just amazing. Like, I feel like I've learned a lot. But just talking to like different people and listening to their perspectives, it's amazing. And honestly, the Vietnamese coffee, oh my god, the salt coffee, I cannot get enough. Right. I cannot get enough of the salt coffee.
And you're not the only person to say that either. The coffee is a consistent theme across these interviews.
It has been, yes. And also the slide up meander. I just can't.
Yes.
I literally come down from it every day. I especially go down to the...
Yeah, I think we need to describe this properly for the audience. So at your hotel, there is an actual silver slide.
Slide that we come down from. So it's at level what is it called? What's the floor called? No, not M, like the co-working space. Okay. So it's the co-working space, and it's on level 1, and then you come down to ground floor through that. So it's amazing. It's so amazing.
Then just little quirky things like that are, I think, are fun parts of the experience. Finally, Anya, what kind of advice or potentially your best sales pitch to why to do a program like this for people out there that might be interested in documentary storytelling?
I'm thinking.
Because for you, like coming here, you know, you've never done editing before. You're doing it. You're doing an amazing job. Like, you can pick up skills while being on the ground, right?
Yeah. No, honestly, I did not think I could like edit like such a low. I could never. I mean, I feel really like I'm really like happy with the fact that I was able to achieve that. Because I wasn't sure if I could, and I didn't have much time to even, you know, like, to take it, and like, okay, I have to edit this. So it was pretty amazing. I wasn't very confident, but now I am, and I feel really good about myself after coming here, and I'm really sad to go too. Yeah. But the only thing I want to say is that I was pretty like close to like maybe not coming, but I'm glad I did not do that because it's been an amazing experience. Everybody's been amazing. I've learned so much, and I've gotten to meet such amazing people, and that's the highlight. Like, it's been amazing, yeah.
It's hard to put a value on, you know, those kind of connections, those friendships that you have. You know, you might collaborate with more of these amazing people in the future.
Yeah.
Or if not, as Claire, one of the other participants, was saying, you know, you might even make some films and catch
Yeah.
up with people.
Yeah, no,
You've got a lot of
100%.
contacts now from all around the world, which is kind of cool,
Which is
including
pretty
Melbourne.
cool, yeah.
Who would have thought?
Including Melbourne, yeah.
Including
And-
Melbourne.
No, and I can actually see myself like working on documentaries now. Like I just want to give this a try and see, start 2026 out with a bang.
I love that.
But yeah, no, I can totally like see myself working on more documentaries. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's amazing. Well, Aanya, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you've been busy. You've been flat out this week.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
So definitely appreciate you taking some time out of your very precious schedule to do this. And yeah, we're going to miss you too. You've brought so much energy, so much passion, so much enthusiasm to this trip. So definitely thank you. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more of you in the future.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Aanya. Well, I think it's fitting that we end our series of post and during the documentary outreach program interviews with you, Robin, the man behind this incredible program here in Ho Chi Minh City. First and foremost, we're here at the end of the program. Most of the students and participants have flown home. How does it feel at the end of this program?
Feels good. It feels like can finally breathe. Not that I was ever worried that they wouldn't cross the finish line, get their things done, but they look to me as like, is this okay? Is this going to be all right? Is this going to work? And I just have to stay calm with it. And I'm usually calm with it anyway, but it's a lot of energy and worry coming at me that I don't worry that much myself, but it's still also like 14 to 16-hour days sometimes getting to that end. So rushing, running, trying to get everything done, cross that line, and now breathe.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, where we're recording this right now, this was kind of the main hub for, obviously a lot of reviews of certain edits and obviously helping everyone with levels of whatever they needed for the film, whether that were transcripts or color grading or even just, trying to track certain things that you needed. It's kind of funny to be in this environment now and it just be us two, having sent off most of the crew. Take us back to the night where we got to screen all these films. How was it being able to speak to that crowd, a lot of which were involved pretty heavily in the films? How did sort of the participants go with engaging with the people and that gratitude and then obviously the actual screening itself of the films?
It's always a great celebration. The crews are still nervous. They know they've done. They might have some, I'll warn them, there's some fixes they're going to see just from seeing it on a big screen the first time or hearing it out of speakers, that kind of thing. But they're more still nervous knowing that people that were in the film are going to come watch the film. So they're expectant, they're nervous, they're dressed up. I'm trying to keep everyone calm and enthusiastic and get everyone there on time. Even we were late because traffic in this city can just get crazy. But yeah, they're milling about, they're chatting, they're happy to see people as they come in. So I don't think it's really till the moment that, not even when I get up on stage and start talking, but the moment when I point at them and say, now this crew is going to come up and say a few words about their film, I think that's when it really sinks in, and some of them seize up a little bit, but they don't. They just have to be up there. Only one of them has to at least say something for the audience. And it's funny because no one in the audience is like ready to be upset or angry. Like they're all ready to just start clapping and cheer for them. So it always goes well for that. The only drawback I'd say on this one was of the pretty good turnout, which it's been variable in Vietnam before with tech coming the new year. Like some people are already gone and it's hard to get a crowd sometimes. And in a giant city like this, sometimes it's hard to get people across the city, even if we're good to hire cars, grabs, whatever, get people over there. But we had one organization that didn't make an appearance, which was really disheartening for the crew. But chatting with them, I think they understood that just some internal politics things had come up. That happens not rarely for us, actually, because coming to film with an organization to tell their story often brings stresses to the forefront of people want this to be the story or that to be the story, and that's when people start realizing, well, this is what I think is the most important part of the organization, and somebody else has a different idea. And yeah, we've seen disputes and disagreements come out that way. In this case, though, it was more paperwork and permissions and things that we'd done all of the things that we normally do, but not everything had been put through, is all I'll say. So I'm pretty certain that's why we didn't see an appearance from the other group. And I'm really confident as soon as they see the finished film, because they still said, yeah, do it, finished film, that's it. I'm sure as soon as they see it, they're going to say, when can we put it on the website? When can we have it? When can we share it? So the crew is going to get some feedback off of that, and it's a good film. I'm sure it's going to be good feedback. They just didn't get it at the moment. But there was a lot of supportive, friendly, happy people there, and everyone that was there enjoyed watching the movie.
Yeah, it was a great environment. It was really awesome. Obviously, with my producing role with Social Changemakers, due to just just kind of some circumstances that were kind of outside of our control about having the initial producers there. It was good to step up, but then also see all of those people that were there from that organisation, Social Changemakers. So yeah, to sort of be up there on stage, I'm sure you did this maybe a few times. You do check the room and sort of see the emotions and just the smiles on people's faces, and I mean, like me, we're sort of up at the front, where we're sort of observing what the audience are witnessing, and sort of their emotions too, actually watching themselves on the big screen. And I got to say, I think it was very, very well received, but also just kind of probably overwhelming for some of them, just given maybe that was the first time they were on the big screen like that in front of quite a decent sized crowd. So it was nice to see that, and I'm sure you probably felt that way too, speaking in front of that whole group, including our participants. Just seeing their faces there and all being in the same room, it's a pretty special thing. It's really fun, especially getting people connected. Afterwards, I saw Rosie from Social Changemakers exchanging phone numbers with Happy from the Saigon Happy Tour. And that kind of thing is a regular occurrence for us, because it's a whole bunch of people that like the social impact area that they're working on something in. And as soon as they meet other people we're working with, there might be ways to do this, make this work together, make this happen, that kind of thing. So that's a really fun part of it, a joyful part of it, when I get to see we build these connections with other people, and something more hopefully keeps happening after we're gone too. Being in front of the crowd, though, and getting them talking, I don't go up with the script. I've done this many times. I'm not actually someone who seeks out getting up onto stage or anything. I was, theater kid and that kind of stuff, but I was never one to get up and be the host of things. But I also don't have any fear to it, never have. So just get up and start talking. Sometimes grab somebody that we've worked with to be translator. In this case, we didn't really need it, and just kind of roll with it. Things, especially I wish it could be a perfect, without a hitch production of a screening night. There's always places we go, things we work with. There's always something to come up. So it's just be ready, keep people going, keep people happy, and we're back on the ball. And in this case, there was a few. The color of the projector was not fantastic. It was very surreal when we got to the points in Social Changemakers where we're watching something filmed in the same room that we were screening the movie in. And there was a few little issues with the sound visual when the connector came apart randomly. No one was even touching it. I was sitting right next to it, but not touching it. But last time that we did a Vietnam program, we were in Hoi An, and the first film that came up only
They had exported it and run over, the hotel was only like 5 minutes from the screening venue. It was a smaller town. The export only had like the first 2 minutes because they had not taken time to check it before bringing it over. So then I got to get up and talk and interact with the crowd and run not interference, but distraction, I guess, and segue into the other two films, all while the editor ran back to the hotel, redid an export, and came running back so that by the time the other two films were done, I had to talk for a few more minutes, put on the third film, and we got to watch it. So this went less stressful. Both were successful, but yeah.
Yeah, and I guess as you said, Robin, like you never really know what it's going to look like until it is on the big screen. We are fortunate here behind us where we're recording. We do have a pretty decent sized TV. That could have even been an option as well if the projector wasn't working. Roll that out and try and get that set up in the room.
Two grab bikes.
Yeah, two grab bikes. I can see that happening. I can see that working. But yeah, I mean, in general, you just roll for the punches and improvise and ensure that, yeah, you kind of can get all the films up. And at the end of the day, like regardless of whether things are slightly desaturated or a little exposed, at the end of the day, you still get the film out there, and that's the most important thing, and people can understand it and take away a lot. And I do like what you said about the networking post film, because you do get to hear it from the source about, you know, how they interpreted the film and then also just connecting with other people, because ultimately that's leaving the legacy behind, actually connecting other like-minded change makers together. And you just never know where that collaboration is going to go, which is amazing.
It was my favorite part after is watching when people come up to the crew and they have questions or usually like, oh, I loved this, or I really enjoyed that part. And it's fun to see that interaction and the response from the crew as they do it. I was also watching, very curious for Happy though.
Yes.
Definitely used to being the center of attention wherever he is at. So he was almost competing with himself for being the center of attention in the film and also being in the room. And you could hear him laughing. I had a direct line of sight to him. So like he's laughing, but he's like wants to say something, but he knows he shouldn't say something. And that was a more unique screening experience for all of the different outreach screenings.
Yeah, because he was really, as you said, like the central character because it's, it's Mr. Happy is the title of the film, and it's Saigon Happy Tours. So yeah, certainly you're right. Watching him was really interesting, and it was nice to see him connecting, as you said, with Rosie, who's another big personality, another really bright soul that's a part of Social Change Makers. So yeah, definitely. I was sitting back, I was taking photos of them connecting because I'm like, that's really unique to see that, and it's nice to see that crossover as well at the end of the program. Zooming out of the program a little bit, Robin. I mean, obviously we spoke before, on this podcast about, the experience and more generally about the program. But zooming out of this program, how did you find this one? What was some of the key takeaways for you with the people that you worked with, and just in general the experience and how you found this program yourself, with how you kind of integrated into the different productions and obviously the different things that you came up with this program?
For a lot of the programs, we see similar obstacles, similar hurdles to just different magnitudes.
Sure.
And so for this program, I don't think I'd say there's a little bit with the one organization that didn't come to the screening. There was a bit of a more extreme version of that hurdle than we've seen before. We've had ones where we have to arrange the transport to get them there, that kind of thing, but not quite like this. But beyond that, the biggest thing was still the beginning. I've had singular organizations here and there that are more resistant, and try as I might with emails and calls and PDFs of this is what it's going to be like, to get them to understand how much interface time we need to get research going and build the relationship there. They just don't get it right away. They always get it, and in this case they always got it too. It's just, well, one organization I think we went over before that didn't work out because they moved all the river cleanups, so that was just a delay. And then the other two groups, both organizations, didn't seem to understand like how much interface time the crews needed, and so it just put everybody behind. Most of the rest of the program was catching up in small increments. We got there, but yeah, that was really the biggest thing, and it was interesting because again, usually maybe one crew has that, but this was just everyone was behind across the board by about the same amount, working at the same pace to get caught back up.
Yeah, that is definitely a unique one, but at the same time, it worked. The fact that you had booked a Saigon Happy tour for the crew, and then, you know, were able to pivot in real time and make that one of the central, you know, subjects for the film was a masterstroke in the end, given just how grateful not only Mr. Happy was, but that entire group of, you know, authentic tour guides to be involved in such a film. It was very unique. So much so that I myself am going to do another Happy tour at the end of this program. So it's amazing that was able to kind of pan out the way that it did.
I did several of his tours myself while I was here, and I have no immediate plans to return because it's same as usual, off to new different locations, but I come back to different spots, and Happy is one that I could absolutely see coming back to, checking in on, seeing how he's doing, and not just for the tours, not even just for the organization, because he's a younger guy getting married. Very fascinating to see if he like keeps trying to grow this, he does something else. Like, he's one to just keep an eye on because he's that interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you're so right about that. And ironically, he's getting married on the 4th of July as well. So he definitely loves that kind of connection to the United States as well. So who knows? He might venture all the way over at some point.
If he ever sets foot out of Vietnam, maybe.
Maybe he does like Saigon a lot,
Yeah,
as you'll find out if you get to watch the movie, which we obviously highly recommend. And of course, the films are going to be out at some point soon as well on Vimeo, which is going to be great for everyone to engage with.
Vimeo and YouTube, both very soon. We'll do Vimeo first. Make sure everyone has watched it. Everyone can review it to make sure there's no export errors, there's no upload errors, that kind of thing. Once we're sure of that, then we'll get onto YouTube and we'll start putting that out on the social media too, yeah.
Amazing. Then obviously, like in every Actuality Abroad program, there'll be the opportunities for the films to go into bigger film festivals as well. Obviously, staple ones like My Hero, which films from the previous program that we did in Mexico, they're starting to get some real traction and success with that. So obviously, a lot more exciting things with the distribution for these films as well.
Yeah, there's some regular and social impact media awards too, and there's multiple different ones in the social impact field that we regularly submit to. After that, though, it's kind of up in the air. I tell the crew members they're welcome to submit also, and I will look for things that are more of a niche field relating to what their films center on, and see what we can do in those.
It's very exciting. It's definitely very, very exciting for you. Might be documentary related, might just be more Vietnam country experience being here. You've been here for a month. It's a long time to be away from your family, from your home, but you've made this place your home and adapted very nicely. What are some of the highlights, some of the things that you'll really treasure from this program, but also this time in country? What are some things that you're going to really cherish from this Vietnam experience?
Oh man, that's a good one to ponder. I love the getting out and just picking directions and going. This city is so big, though,
Massive,
that there is no way that can cover all of it. So I'd say more that I ended up with those, finding a few neighborhoods that I would get back to, as it was still felt like exploring. I'd find new things every time, but I also felt totally calm and fine and happy wandering around in those areas. So finding my little spots in the big city is definitely one of them. It's been a Vietnam thing to get clothes. I do not do souvenirs of like what's going to go on my wall.
Sure.
So finding things that are functional, like a shirt and a hat, that's kind of a regular thing, but having the tailors here
So
and
good.
having the time of a month to actually just go and get one or two things made and know that you can go try it on, get it adjusted. It's not something I'd experienced that much. And it was only in Hoi An where actually, because I could tell really quickly that the owner of the hotel had told them I was coming, and I knew that meant that there was a kickback happening and it would mean probably better treatment for everyone if I got something, that I
Sure.
decided to try it. So yeah, that's always a favorite though. Like, that's a fun things I never thought I would even need to know about clothes, but when they're fitting it and it's, does it do this, does it do that, and I'm like, well, I can't do this. You won't look as good if you actually were able to do that. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't
Good to
know that.
know.
I should only be able to lift my arms to here. This should look like this. Yeah, it's an interesting way to learn firsthand about new details that I just never knew I'd be that interested in.
Yeah.
This town, though, it's been fun to, I mean, I like finding the cool, classy little not hole in the wall places, but dark in the wall, harder to find
hard to
places.
find,
So there's always one or two, but in Saigon there is many.
Plenty, yeah. And not to mention where we're staying is right near a big bridge and a huge park, and we've seen that park get developed a lot of times. Different turf coming in and out, different stage sets, advertisement. I mean, even just witnessing just how quickly things evolve in this city is kind of cool.
Even when it's just, I don't want to say empty, when it's plenty of people but no staging, no events or anything, then one of my first nights, it's just the mini mart and hundreds of people laying out across this field picnicking, because beyond them is the bridge lit up with rainbow lights, the giant buildings across the water with the light show things happening. And it was definitely one of the most surreal, feels like your backyard kind of things.
It's amazing. It's really amazing. Now, there's some great takeaways, Robin, and obviously a big question for probably a lot of audience members listening to this is what's next? I mean, what kind of exciting things can people look forward to from you or in this realm of programs, but also, the development of your textbook and some of the exciting things that are happening from that kind of gaze?
Well, my next travel is actually Costa Rica.
Wow.
But that is not a public program. We build programs for universities too. So University of Miami I'll be going down with, and short trip around their spring break for that. The next Actuality Abroad open program is Guatemala in July, back up to Lake Atitlan, and it's one of our favorite spots to go to, but it's a big area, so it's a village we've been to once before for all of 2-3 days on a very short program. That it wasn't just there, we were hopping around parts of the country. So we're going back, but we know friends there, we know organizations there, so it'll be a great project. And with the book, being on podcasts and things, trying to get more word out there. I've got documents, I've been sent a few things while I was here I need to read through of curriculum from professors of how they're integrating it, feedback from students over what they thought of it. So I'd love to go through, see what people are thinking. Still working on maybe more online media things to go with it as supplemental material. A few other podcasts, trying to soon reach out to festivals. I don't know if I can use that book, but I just want to get the book more audience, more people to read it and use it. So get that further out, but just exploring ways to do it.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Costa Rica is going to be amazing. Obviously, Guatemala in July is going to be amazing. I imagine as we're recording this, still spots available for people that want to get involved?
Yeah, there's already probably about half full at this point,
Wow.
which is doing really well for it, but there are still spots available. And also then within, I think, the next month, we should be announcing January for 2027 also.
Wow. Well, that's going to be a very exciting announcement to see where the program's going to go from here. And obviously, again, Robin, very, very grateful for your time on this podcast, the longer form podcast, which of course everyone can listen to as well, which was a great chat. You do look a little bit different in appearance. You've had a nice trim with the beard and the hair.
I take the MC duties seriously for the screening. So yes, beard trim, haircut, and all of that.
Oh yeah, we want to see progression in the podcast too, knowing when when we filmed it, and sort of seeing hopefully not too many more grey hairs after the program. But I'm thinking you're still looking pretty fresh.
But yeah.
You're looking pretty fresh. But Robin, again, thank you so much for getting me involved in this program. I had an absolute ball meeting all the students. Just getting to work with you is always a joy. And yeah, we got really, really amazing 3 films out there that, yeah, as we saw on our closing night, our screening night, were very well received by the community here in Ho Chi Minh City. So yeah, thank you again for all the guidance and all the support. And yeah, it was just a blast, man. Had a
Very
great time.
grateful for your help too, and with the students, man. They'll need some time relaxing, but I'm excited to see where else they go. Several of them last night. Can we keep using that WhatsApp chat? Yeah, that never goes away. We'll keep chatting for years. We'll keep checking in on each other that way. It'll be great.
Like every group chat, there's always some great photos, and there's always some different side quests and stuff. We've had students that have managed to find a whole range of different small dogs and poodles and ferrets, as of last night, ferrets, and then other students that have managed to find, as you said, some really cool little hidden bars and some different eateries that look pretty amazing. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely personalities that you get in every single group that bring so much and so many different dimensions. So, you know, I certainly like to think we had a lot of great times with that too. But yeah, a very, very special experience. And yeah, definitely, I'm sure this won't be the last time you'll be getting back to Vietnam as well.
Definitely not.
Very good. Well, Robin, thank you again. And we can say it, another very successful Actuality Abroad documentary outreach program. Awesome. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.